Samuelson Sez. Views and comments by Orion Samuelson.
Ever since the mid-'70s, farmers and ranchers have had to deal with the Endangered Species Act. You've heard me talk before about what I consider a lot of that act that is unfair to farmers and ranchers who are conservationists and who do provide habitat for wildlife. Attempts to change the Endangered Species Act over the years simply have not been successful. But it is not a cheap program in these days of tight federal and state budgets. The Scientific American printed a recent report from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service looking at expenditures by federal and state governments to maintain the Endangered Species Act in 2007. Take a look at this number. Federal and state governments spent $1,537,285,000 to conserve threatened and endangered species. Another $126 million to purchase land for habitat preservation. And it's interesting to see the amounts for some species. The biggest amount to conserve and preserve Chinook salmon. $165 million is what it costs taxpayers. The Steller sea lion, the western population, $53 million. And gray wolves that lost much of the endangered species protection recently, $4,300,000. But it's not just the federal and state governments. The Army Corps of Engineers spent a whopping $212 million to enforce the Endangered Species Act. I think we do need some modification, and hopefully the modification will make it easier for farmers and ranchers and save taxpayers a few dollars. It's not cheap. My thoughts on Samuelson Sez.